That was kind of awesome. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, the DMC chart. Yes, and somebody else said it too. Hobby Lobby, Michaels, all those. Get your coupon. Get it in your little hand fast. Welcome back. Hey, hey. Oh, I left my glasses upstairs. Hopefully. What the heck? So not right. All right, now we're back. I was listening last night, Wolfpack. I didn't comment though. I was painting, but I was there. I was with you. You could probably feel me there. You felt my presence. All right, you guys are gonna look at the pool. There we go. I was freaking out, Tanya. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And thank goodness Lee's just like messaging me going, just start a new one. Screen. It's a screen. If it was glass, it would be like 300 degrees in here. But yeah, it's pretty decent screen that you can see through it pretty well. There are bugs down here though that are so small that they can get through the screen. They're like little tiny gnats and they're annoying as hell. But other than that, it's great. Don't have to worry about mosquitoes or anything. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, that's what they call them. I know, Laura, down in the Caribbean, they call them museums. They have a different name for them here, though. I don't know what they call them here, but they're annoying. They call them annoying. All right, we'll put on the light show for you guys with the pool. Hang on a second. Let me get the remote. Here it goes. Thank you, Shar. I wish I could go in it, but it's way too cold and it's way too expensive to heat it in the winter. I know you're Celsius, Bexley, but what is like 40 Celsius translate to in Fahrenheit? Oh, 110. My gosh. Okay. That's not fun. There we go. I'm going to put the lights on light. We'll do a show for the lights. Drive Brian nuts. Adding a percent to it. Isn't Fahrenheit and Celsius like double it and add 32 or something? So it's 80, 40 would be 80 plus 32 is 112, something like that. Right? Wolfpack, I love the lights changing, and Brian says it's obnoxious. But he's the one who insisted that we put this light in here. So I was pissed when he did it because we had just moved here, and I'm so frugal. I don't spend money, period. And he wanted this light because the light was burned out, and to just replace the light, you know, I'm thinking a light bulb. Well, no, he's like, well, let's get this LED light that changes colors and blah, blah, blah. And it ended up being a huge ordeal because they had to rewire the whole thing from this end over here all the way around the entire pool outside back to the box. And then, of course, the hot tub, too. So it was like a 2-day project. But now that he's done it, I'm glad that we did because we would have never done it later on. I do think a pool party. I would love to have like a retreat down here and have everybody come and hang out at the pool and stuff. And yeah, that would be awesome. Hey, Danette, you made it back. That was quick. Yeah, and then 100 is, what, 212, isn't it, Annika? Because boiling and freezing is 0 and 100 or something. Or no, not boiling, 100. I don't know, maybe. Punta Gorda. Yep, bring your own DP and meds. Okay, so I was right, 212. I remembered something from high school. We actually had a family friend who tested the theory of cooking his dinner on his engine, put it in, you know, Reynolds wrap and put it on his engine while he drove home, and it worked. So, yeah, great. We do need a DP retreat. I can rent out my guest room. There's a fundraiser, right? Cooked a steak well done in his car last week. Bed and breakfast, yeah. Airbnb. We're just not going to leave. You got to stay with us. Yeah, that's probably just a skipping a hop from where you are to drive over here. You'll do the dishes. Okay. I do have a dishwasher, but, you know, by then it'll need cleaning. Cook on... Okay, cooking on the engine all the time. Absolutely. You're in Florida too, right, Judy? You're like an hour from me, aren't you? bring pets, that would send Brian over the deep end. You know, it took me 5 years to get him to let me have Jasmine. I actually had suggested to Brian that I'd like to do pet sitting as a second income. You know, when people go on vacation or whatever, watch their dogs. Because, you know, we've got the doggy door and everything now, and he's like, absolutely not. It's a little cold, Tracy. The water's probably 60. The dog sitting thing, pet sitting, Wolf. Yeah, I would like it. Jasmine unfortunately doesn't get along with other dogs. She's antisocial. They do have like a doggy daycare here, and we put her in it for a couple of days to try and socialize her, thinking that we would use that when we would go to like Disney for the day and stuff, so she wouldn't have to be home alone, and she hated it, absolutely hated it. They have video cameras in all the kennels, so you can log in on your phone and watch your dog on your phone, and she just sat there like in a corner trembling for the entire day. I think a DP retreat would be great. I would love it. I don't think she missed her mommy so much, Brian, as she's not used to being around other dogs. And you know, there was probably 30 dogs in a run at a time, but whenever we would go anywhere before, we had a woman who watched dogs out of her house, and she had a dachshund that timing ended up a couple of times that Jasmine was there at the same time as this dachshund, and it was like her best friend. So that was the one dog she really liked. I still haven't done a custom. I I think I'd have too much trouble trying to figure out what picture I would want to do. There is one wedding picture I would consider doing, but I don't think there's enough color in it. I think I'd be bored. Yeah, the hot tub does change colors too. That would send him into convulsions, though, if I had two things going at once with the colors changing. They're not synchronized. It'd freak him out. Let's see here. I'll do it anyway. He'll be like, well, then again, he goes to bed so darn early. He probably never know I did it. Let's see. We'll change the spotlight. We'll do we'll do Fat Tuesday in the spa. How's that sound? I would love to go to Ireland. Yes, they do change also, Randy, but the next door neighbors bought the same exact lights as us because they thought they were cool, and our remote and theirs too, so you can only switch your color when theirs are off, or it jacks up like this half of their lights, and then it's like battle of the lights trying to um, get them right. Yes, got to go on the tour in Vegas, of course. Non-stop from Orlando to Dublin. That would be awesome. How far are you from Dublin, Rachel? 'We just need to do a world tour, it sounds like. Because we got a lot of people in Australia, too. Four-and-a-half-hour drive. Is that the closest decent airport to you? Welcome back, Jackie. So 2 hours away to the closest, but then you gotta catch a separate flight, a layover. Well, yeah. Orlando's only an hour from me. That's my hope is if if Brian's business takes off like people keep telling us it will when it does, because he's got a great idea. We should be fairly secure, and I might actually start to be able to travel someday. That would be awesome. 20 minutes from Sydney. I would love to go there too. It's the DP Travel Channel. 2 hours from you, Judy. What town are you in? Oh, so you're all the way over on the East Coast. Okay. Getting the passport. We had to get passports. I think it must have been, I don't remember how many years ago. It was, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago or so. Because last time I went to Mexico, you only needed your birth certificate, and then they changed it, obviously. And we were going to Mexico, and Brian and I, neither of us or the kids had passports, and so we all had to get passports. Well, Brian was actually born in Germany. His parents were in the army, and he was born over there, and he could not get a copy of his birth certificate. It took forever, and it ended up causing all kinds of problems. We had to drive from Sheboygan to Chicago, which is like a 3-hour drive, for him to go to the what the hell, the immigration office or whatever, and stand in line and all this stuff trying to get his passport approved for going to Mexico for Christmas. And yeah, it was a big ordeal. Cape Coral. Now, Cape Coral, is that down near Miami? Like on the west side of Miami? Is that where that's at? Yeah, he finally got his birth certificate. Took a long time. Brian, he was his dad, who he calls dad, is actually his adopted father. His biological father, he hasn't seen or heard from him since he was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old. And I'll even ask him like, what's his last name, and he's not even really sure. So he doesn't want anything to do with his biological father or anything. So that made it even more difficult trying to figure it out to get his birth certificate. He just he's kind of in denial about the whole thing, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't want to even acknowledge it. But, you know, his phone calls to his mom to find out information about his father and stuff to try and get a copy of his birth certificate. But he's got it now, so he's good to go. They were contacting the military and everything, trying to find their records of the births and everything for people in the military back then. And, yeah, it was crossing on car and footbridge, yeah. Yeah, the last time I had ever left the country, it was just like your driver's license and a birth certificate. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's where they ended up getting it, was through the State Department or something. It was a big thing because they were saying it could take, I don't even remember how many months it could take, and we just waited too long to get our passports. He started too late, and it was like down to the wire of the actual trip. Um, my dad has a timeshare in Puerto Vallarta, and he'll save up his points for years and years and years. Because the last time he did this was, yeah, it had been like 13 or 14 years. But it takes him that long. He'll save up enough points to take the entire family down for a week at Christmas. And so it was my dad all expense paid trip, and you know, we're trying to get Brian out of the country. So kept joking with him, I'll just Skype with you. You can stay home and enjoy the snow, and I'll talk to you at least once a day. 2 hours north of you, Laura. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were down south on this side, on the Gulf side. Because I remember when we were looking for towns that we were considering living in, that just rings a bell. Absolutely, Deb. Pool party. Okay, yeah, we did go down to Fort Myers, I think last summer. We drove down that way. I don't think we made it all the way down there. We stopped somewhere near there, and somebody in the waitress in the restaurant we stopped at for lunch said that it was kind of sketchy. A billion cases of wine. Absolutely. Hey, Cheryl. Yes, Gwen. It no longer makes me have to go potty all the time. What the heck? Sleeping bag pillows and diamond paintings and wine. Restart. Okay. Yeah, and that was kind of what she said, Laura. It depends on where you go, but um yeah, there's some town down along that side where it's like the entire town seems to be all on channels. Like every house is waterfront, and that was where we were thinking that we were interested in looking for a house, but online there was nothing even remotely close to our price range. Night, Rachel. Sip and whip, yes. I like it. I like it. Sip and whip. Yes, this is true. Flood insurance is nuts. Any insurance, really. Car insurance is so much more expensive down here, too, than it was up in Wisconsin. Crazy. Okay, I'm flipping you around again, because here we go. There we go. Much better. Night, Annika. We lost Hack. There she is. Jan, I talked to her a few days ago, to Allison. Well, not a few days ago, probably a week ago or so. And I sent her a text 2 days ago, and she hasn't answered me. Randy, I have 2 preferred adult beverages. One of them is our own kind of concoction called Route 66. It is cherry McGillicuddy's with pineapple juice and Sprite. Tastes just like Hawaiian Punch. And the other one is vanilla McGillicuddy's with orange juice and Sprite. Yeah, I talked to Allison a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, and she keeps saying that she needs to do another video and stuff, but she doesn't have anything. I don't remember. I'm not sure what her response is exactly, but I think, I don't know, I think life's going on over there. Did anyone see a post about people getting kicked out of the diamond painting group for being inactive? Which diamond painting group? Night, Ashley. Thanks for stopping in. So it's just a ploy to get people to be more active. Well, I could say I have no intentions of kicking people out for not saying anything because, you know, I'm a bit of a voyeur myself sometimes, so just watch and listen, don't say anything. I'm good with that. Hey, Cindy. We're just kicking back by the pool. Oh, so it's groups that nobody's talking in that's doing it. Okay. I suppose if you make a group and it just sits there for days with no posts, so I don't know, but I guess it's also responsibility of the people who started the group to keep things going, right? I mean, because I'm so on top of it with the stuff I'm involved in. Yes, that is true. Redneck, you kick people out and then you just have an empty group. I've never done a Facebook Live. I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm technologically impaired. How are things in Texas tonight, Redneck? This is true, Brian, but I started my groups and I don't know. I knew I shouldn't have done it when I did it because I don't have enough time, but they seem to do okay as far as, well, the Diamond Painting Underground especially, because that's multiple channels all in there. My group, it just kind of sits there. It was more of just me farting around because I wanted people to be able to share pictures, and then the Diamond Painting Underground started up like a week later, so mine's kind of, you know, an afterthought. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Oh no. Cold due to cough and flu, or what do you got going on? Oh, I hope you're feeling better soon, Orchid. YouTube plague. See, you guys gotta stop licking those envelopes that you're sending to each other. You're getting each other sick. Hey, Jennifer Roberts. I gotta say, Jennifer, you have been so uplifting to me this last week with all of the messages you're sending, and your timing is always like perfect. Messaging me like right before my interview and stuff, giving me a little boost. It's been fantastic. I really appreciate it. You've been wonderful. Pep talks are good. It's much better than, you know, asking me what we're going to do about my big fat jiggly butt. It didn't go quite as smoothly as I had hoped, Jennifer. They have a very regimented formula for answering questions, and I kept missing the last part and not catching on when they were trying to get me to wrap it up the way I'm supposed to. But, I don't know. We'll see. My supervisor said he's rooting for me to get the job, but he said it's rare that anybody gets it on the first try. It usually takes 2 or 3 tries before you get it. This is true. You can only be you, and hopefully I'm what they're looking for, but we'll see. I'm still, even if I didn't get it, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I even told my supervisor that I would be perfectly fine staying in my position for another year to become, like, really, really good at it and then moving up. Yes, that's exactly right. It's still a PJ job. I would not have to go back into the office. It is all virtual. The training's virtual. The job is from home. I don't ever want to have to get dressed again. Welcome, Gina. Thank you, dearly crafted. Appreciate that. Yes, I love it, Amanda. Especially the fact that the position I'm in right now, there's certain times of the day that the call volume is slow, and I'll have sometimes up to 10 minutes in between calls, and I got my diamond painting right there, and my headset for my phone has a 15-foot cord, so I can make it all the way around my room, grab more supplies, work on stuff. It's great. I love it. I'm sure they have, Rhonda. That's why they do it. The locations of their different offices are in major cities, and the cost of real estate for all of the space needed for everybody to have a cubicle, they're able to have a lot more employees when they work from home because, you know, they don't have to pay for so much square footage in the buildings and, you know, everything as far as that goes. But, yeah, it's for them, they will actually have, like, each quarter they'll have a list of people that you can sign up for work from home, and then if you get selected, you get to go home. And then there are times where they're so short on space that they'll actually, I don't know how often it happens, but like start designating people to work from home if possible. I refused the job you tried to give her. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants therapeutic advice from me. Exactly. Just, you know, soap and water alone, Rhonda, makes it worth it because I don't have to use it anymore. But yeah, I actually was able to, back in November, we sold my car. So, do you have a translator in the room with you, Jennifer? How do you do this? I mean, are your clients there with you, face to face? How are you liking it, Tammy? It's too cold, Amanda. It's probably 50-degree water. You speak 30 languages? You are kidding me. Okay. And they're there in the room with you? Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. I kind of enjoy it. Lisa. Allison Rosen is a crafty girl. Is she in here? I didn't see you. Where are you? Where is she? Allison, where did you go? I don't see Allison. I missed it. There she is. We were talking about you. Were your ears burning? Oh, who wants a mod wrench? Well, now I see you, yes. She's below the section. Let's see here. Oh. We all miss you, Allison. I don't know, Leisha, if I'll read more books. Now, of course, I want to read another one from Alex Anderson, but it's not going to come out until September, I think. But maybe I can get my hands on her first book. I don't know. Or maybe I can put out a list of books that I would be willing to read and have everybody vote. I don't know how. I'm trying to figure it out. How do you give somebody a mod? I can't find... I know Alicia told me earlier, but I don't see it. "50 Shades of Grey." Oh my God! You know, just that last chapter, I was embarrassed reading it. It was like I feel naughty. How's Ethel? Ethel's sleeping. She's going fishing in the morning. Click their name and then click the dots. Okay. I don't get dots when I click a name. Does it work on a phone? All I got is put you in a timeout, hide you, or report you, or remove you. Oh, see, you can't on a phone. I'm on my own. We're swinging without a net here. Yeah, when you get somebody who's not being nice, Jennifer, apparently I can put them in a timeout. Yeah, there's no 3 dots by the comment apparently on a phone, Dearly Crafted. I suppose I could go upstairs and pull up my computer, but I'm not broadcasting from it. I'm guessing I'll still be able to. I don't know. Hey, Karen. Good night, Amanda. Thanks for coming by. I'm getting cold, actually. I'm going to go inside. Okay, people who get nauseous, look away, look away. Oh, on the computer? Okay, well, that's where I'm heading, because I'm getting cold. Like you have a choice. Yeah. It is 10 o'clock here. I'm trying to walk slowly so you don't get ill. There, she's waiting for us. Hey, girl. Okay. Okay, come on. Exactly. What? You're probably upset because you can't get up on the couch, right? You want me to move my stuff. There. Move it. Here. Got my rolling pin, Jan. I've been using it on this one because the drills fall off constantly. So I've been using my drill pen rolling pin that Jan made for me. Okay, you guys sit by me. Here, let me get my laptop going here so we can deal with trolls. Okay, don't look at my password. Oh, let's see here. Nope. That's not it either. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get in. You can just look at that. Take down people's personal information. Here, let me have you just look at her while I do this. I need some skilled labor here. There we go. Wrong password. Okay, I'm not getting in. Oh, I know why. Wrong email address. Okay, it's like I've never done this before. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. We'll be with you shortly. There we go. Now we got it. I am at 1298 subscribers. I don't know what the heck happened. All of a sudden, I just started growing. Okay. All right, trying to figure it out now. Let's see here. So, if I am looking here, let's see, we got... Oops. Here. Ah, there's the dots. Add moderator. There we go. Look, it's an endless tunnel. It's the diamond painting underground. Okay, here we go. All right, Jazzy, you want to come sit by me? I gotta get some crap out of the way. I've been trying to get my old light pad to work. Messing with it. It's not gonna work. Yeah, she got the hammer. Okay. Piles and piles and piles of stuff. There we go. One more. Brian, I don't know if you're still in here, but this is my other whip. I started this. I got that far. All right, Bex. Good to see you. Okay, come on, Jazzy. Come on. There we go. Yeah, y'all behave yourself. I'm not going to say that out loud. We'll have to all go downstairs again. Good thing it's not smell-o-vision because she's stinky. Right, girl? Sure. I haven't really had a lot of time to work on them. The tricks. Let's see here. There we go. Can you say hi to Daisy? No? Yeah, Jasmine doesn't really watch TV. I have had cats that would watch TV. Especially football. They loved the kickoff and would bat at the TV when the ball was flying through the air. That was always fun. You're buffering a lot, Dee? She just wants to go to bed. You want me to let you in with Dad, don't you? This is a lot of fun with the constant, you know, dropping. It dropped. Yeah, there we go. It's probably because I'm using my entire bandwidth to run all my playlists a million times on all the devices. Night, Cheryl. Thank you. Yes, I dyed my hair. Thank you, Cheryl. You can't get the playlist. When you go into the playlist, it should have like a icon that says play all and click on that. And then what I do is I skip the first ad and then I set it to double speed and walk away. What am I doing this weekend? Painting the house. No, actually, yeah. Brian's going fishing tomorrow, and then I work tomorrow, and I have to paint the front door. So that'll probably take a while. Yeah, Pippa, I have one more episode to go on the book, because there's, I think, 3 chapters left, and they're not real long. So I think I've got maybe 30, 40 pages to go. Did I look to see if those discs had, they do, Miss Coffee. I had Greatest Hits Volume 1, and you gave me volumes 1, 2, and 3. So what I had plus more. No, I didn't win the red light war. I painted him red. And I told him, remember that next time I want something he doesn't agree with. Yeah. Yeah, they're red. Plus the color red wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a blood red, and it's a rusty red, and I don't like brown, and rusty red is close to brown. But it's all HOA, and you have a color list, a palette to choose from, and there was no true red in it. And they also give you combinations that you have to stick with their combination. You can't substitute. So, yeah. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Redneck Beauty. However, every time he gets his way, he reminds me I have a dog. He didn't want a dog. We don't want to live anywhere with an HOA either, but it's really hard down here to find anything that's not an HOA. The previous owners were supposed to paint it, and they put it up for sale instead. And we bought it knowing it needed to be painted, and we procrastinated, thinking that he was going to get his trailer built and business started and rocking and rolling, making money, and we'd still have plenty of time to paint because they gave us like a year once we bought the house, which would have been this last summer, and we didn't get it done and kept pushing them off and asking for extensions to the point where they said no more extensions. You have until January 31st. And then after that, I believe it's something like I don't know the exact amount, but it's like $100 a day for every day past January 31st that we don't have the house painted. So we're scrambling. But you know, he's gonna go fishing because he works so hard that he'll burn himself out to the point where he'll get sick and then be stuck in bed for a week. So he needs a little R&R to get his energy level back up and do the next side. Yeah, it's not like it was ugly. It wasn't peeling or anything. It was just probably faded a lot. Our house is like 13, 14, 15 years old, and it's the original paint job. So, um, plus, if we do end up having to sell the house, it will be, it'll look a lot nicer. Once it's painted, we'll get more money for it. So, I don't know, Rhonda. Like I said, I think this house is 15 years old. So it's been 15 years. That's a long time without having to paint it. But it's also different being stucco than if it had been a wooden siding that you don't tend to get 15 years out of that. Ocean fishing on the bucket list. Yeah, when Brian's brother-in-law came to visit the kids, what, a month ago or so, he took them all out charter fishing. Um, they stayed on Tampa Bay, though. I don't think they went out in the Gulf, but yes, Danette, I do. Brian asked if I was getting ready for a date. I could stencil. What would I stencil, Jennifer? The side of the house. You are special. I told him that there could be tens of thousands of people watching this tonight, and I wasn't going on without makeup. He got the front done in, I think, 6 days, 5 or 6 days, and the front had all those, the banisters and all the trim and all that stuff, and the sides are like flat with a couple of windows on them. There's like nothing on the sides, so he should be able to just spray out the sides, and I don't even think there's trim around the windows, to tell you the truth. So they should go really fast. I could be the Super Bowl. Yeah, I could. We're going next door. They have a Super Bowl party every year. They're party animals next door. They're from England. So much fun over there. But they have football parties all the time during the season. And if your team wins, you have to jump in the pool regardless of how cold it is. So I do have a few pictures on my Facebook page of us all having to jump in. It was cold. And I was wearing a white shirt. Awesome. Night, Sherry. Super Bowl is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Sunday. February 3rd, I think. Yeah, I suppose so. Being warm for them, that is. Jasmine, stop licking my foot. Get this thing going. Jen, should I put that thing on tonight that you sent me? I mean, of all nights. The chin sling. Duct tape does work. I've got lots of tape right here. I should go get it, shouldn't I? You know, Leisha, I don't use it as often as I should. If I wake up and my jaw hurts, I will use it because I don't want to keep cracking teeth. And then Brian has complained a couple of times that the noise of me grinding my teeth in my sleep is so loud that it like freaks him out. It wakes him up and freaks him out because it's like a high pitched squeaking. Take it off with tweezers, yes. But yeah, I haven't been wearing it as much as I should. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it does certainly help with cracking my teeth. You punch him. That's a good idea. Good thing he doesn't punch me. Yes. But But apparently I've been snoring like a beast lately, so that's always good. The dog grinds his teeth. This is true, at least I'm sleeping. Night, Deb. Yeah. The I have no idea what it sounds like when I grind, but I can only imagine. Truth or dare? I like my snooze alarm. I like to hit it at least 3 times in the morning. And when we first met, he kept waking me up after the first time it would go off, and now he knows and the dog both know you gotta let it go off 3 times and then wake her up. There's not gonna be any nudity with this truth or dare, is there? You can hear Magnus snoring like crazy. Yeah. Brian and I both snore, and he claims he doesn't snore. He just breathes loudly. It's snoring. Only if Brian's allowed. Brian Brian sleeps naked, so we can't go visit him. You find it comforting when you hear it. Yeah. I got used to it, falling asleep to it. Brian, on the other hand, when he wakes up to me snoring, he constantly wakes me up over and over again, so then neither one of us get any sleep. Like, just leave me alone so at least one of us gets some sleep. I would say, though, that the bike guard that we bought, I think it was $25. I don't know if the ones from the dentist that are like, what, $400 or $500, if they'd be that much more comfortable. So I would say start with the $25 one, see if it works for you. I suppose if I was just more regimented about wearing it, it would be fine. Your husband rolls you onto your side and you spoon. Yeah. We have the the old people beds that go up and down, the hospital beds, because that was like my thing I wanted when we got here was the beds that you could sit up and watch TV because I figured I'd be crafting, and you can't really spoon in it because then they kind of separate and somebody falls in the crack. Your daughter has one and hates it. I Yeah, I don't know. Mine's not terribly comfortable, but it's better than the first night. I didn't bite hard enough on it the first time, and it was almost like a wedge, and it knocked my jaw out of line. But now it's okay. It's not the most comfortable thing. You love it? The zero gravity setting. I'm guessing you're talking about a bed now and not a bike guard. Oh, he's got the didgeridoo out. The adjustable bed. Okay. I love the old people bed. It's awesome. When we first got it, we were both using it like, I don't know, for the first week, we'd raise it up and watch TV, and then he stopped raising it, and then he's always looking at the backside of mine and complaining that I'm so far away, and now it's like we wasted all that money on it. Of the adjustable bed. I would use it a whole lot more often if he didn't whine about it. You want a purple adjustable bed. The one thing I would say, I think with the adjustable beds that they could do better on is the gap between the two. They need to have something that makes it so that it doesn't feel like such a cavern down there. And they probably put it together wrong, that they didn't like tie our two box springs together, because they will separate. Yours is all one piece. It goes up and down. Okay. Yeah, I really wanted a Tempur-Pedic, but they were way too expensive, so we got, I don't know, Beauty Rest or whatever, and the adjustable bed rather than a Tempur-Pedic that didn't do anything. Another DIY video to tie my beds together. We might have to remove some contraptions first before I can show that. Night, Judy. My husband is naughty. Let's just say he opened my eyes to some stuff when I met him. He's like 37 shades of gray. Yeah. Yeah, he has the what is it, the Lion's Den black card. No. We were joking around that that sitting room that's off our bedroom was going to be our toy room. We won't let him triple dip the coupons. No, no, I still have the one. I'm holding it hostage. 37, yeah, yeah. 37 shades of gray. Yeah, he could be worse. Green tea from Amazon for 200. You would think, though, that our kids would want to move out sooner. Just saying. Get out of here. I don't even know what you guys are talking about with these purple mattresses.